So this area of our house is the entryway, and you can either enter through the garage or the front door, which is right here, and it really doesn't get a lot of natural light. So the fact that this carpet is kind of a tan brown and it's really dingy just from all the foot traffic and it's not high quality, it just makes it look so much worse because the lighting is so bad. So we're hoping that with this new wood floor and the white risers, it's really gonna brighten up the space and make it look a lot more updated. So over the last few months, we have been just trying to upgrade each of our rooms little by little. The stairway has always been a thorn in my side. They put the worst carpet possible in this home, and it was new at the time, so it worked for that period, but it was just getting dirty and dingy from all of the foot traffic. So this was definitely the next step on how to kind of give our space a fresh new look. Homeowners, we have not done a ton of DIY projects and we are a little bit nervous about this, but we really think we can tackle it. We've watched a ton of videos and tried to learn as much as we can, and at this point we are just ready to dive in and see what it looks like underneath all of this terrible carpet. We were under the impression that we were going to have to replace all of the treads and risers, stain everything, and kind of start from scratch because we weren't sure what was under this carpet. But now that we have everything up, it actually might be better than we thought. It looks a little bit more put together than we were expecting, so let's see how it looks once all of the staples are removed and the tack strips are out and we get everything cleaned up. Pull it! You did it, bud!
Yeah, this doesn't look good.
To have new stairs?
Yes.
And have that carpet all gone?
Yes.
So we are finally calling it a night. It's just after 10 o'clock and it took us about 4 hours to get everything pulled up and all the staples removed and kind of swept up, and we can have a fresh start tomorrow. So not too bad so far, especially because we've never done this before, but I'm excited for the next step in the process.
I don't know what it means, but there's a smile upon your face, and I see something shimmering in your eyes. And they say if you want to glimpse the future, you need space. And you said you'll put down your morning guns. Would you follow me to wonders? Take my hand and walk beside me in a world of thunder. Fear is an imposter. When you look at me this way, I find it hard to not give in. So the days became weeks, it felt just like the night before. You were slowly fading in my mind.
So we've gone through and puttied all the holes, sanded everything down with a 120 grit, and now I'm going to go back through all of the stairs again with 150, 180, and 220 so that everything is super smooth and nice and ready to be conditioned and stained.
Would you follow me to wonder? If you're everything that matters to me, makes me wonder why I can't get over.
So our first coat, and honestly, I think I did 4 coats of this color at the very beginning, thinking it was going to get darker, and for some reason, it just wasn't. I personally wanted something really light when we were originally going to completely change out the treads. My husband wanted dark. I thought this was a happy medium, and it just was not cutting it. So I'm going through, and I'm like, what do I do now? Because every other stair has like 4 coats of this color on it, and I just wanted it to be deeper and richer and kind of cover up some of the imperfections from the treads that we already had. So we decided to just put the next coat on with a darker color, and that ended up being dark walnut from Minwax as well, and these are a penetrating stain. So I went ahead and put one more coat on, and this is what you can see here. It's definitely much better than it was, but you could still see a lot of imperfections. And then I read the can, and I realized I was putting it on wrong. So definitely read the can of whatever stain you get. I was going with the grain, and it just was not absorbing. I don't know if it's just the, construction grade pine I think that this is, or what, but once I went against the grain, it cut out like 4 coats for me and got the same result. So just little tip there. So if you're wondering what would happen if you dump a brand new can of black stain down a staircase, it gets literally everywhere. So pro tip, be more careful and don't be me. So when doing the risers, we didn't want to have something too thick because, again, we were using and going off of what we already had. So we found this board, and it actually worked really well for us. It was really easy to cut, really easy to transport, and pretty easy to paint as well. So when we first were trying to figure out how to attach these to the risers, we tried different size nails and doing them at different angles to try to see what the best route was for that, and it just kept kind of blowing out of the hardwood and did not look very good, and we knew that there was no way to make it look seamless, so we ended up deciding just to go ahead and use liquid nails, especially because it was so thin. We didn't think that would be an issue in the long run, so we did that, and because there's no actual nails in there to hold it, we used my encyclopedia sets to hold them in place until they were able to cure properly. And then once we gave it time to dry, we took all the encyclopedias away. Everything seems to be staying in place properly, all the corners are tight, and we're really happy with the result. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to continue this project with the next steps, doing the railings and changing out the spindles and just kind of decorating this whole space now that we have a clean slate. So if you don't want to miss how this space turns out when it's completed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can follow along with us. And if you found this content helpful and are inspired to do something similar in your own home, definitely go ahead and give me a comment so I can cheer you along too. I will see you next week with another video.